Hello, it's TuliTuli, and today we're going to talk about a few things. I went to my local coin shop and I picked up a few items I wanted to share with you. And the other thing is a mistake / error I made in the first few years of stacking that I want to share with you. And as I was talking to you just now, I was taking a fake poll of what everybody wanted to hear first. And I'm looking at my non-monitor right now, and it is pulling all the results, and it's saying, okay, the people, you want the silver first. Okay, so let's give you what you want. So that means mistake second. And one of the things I got were these Buffalo 1-ounce bars. I got 4 of them. How cool are they? That's fun. They kind of mimic the dollar bill. I've seen them before, I just never picked them up until today. So I'm excited to have these added. And then this just says the weight and the purity of the silver. I know there's some air getting in there. It is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? But I'm excited to have these in my stack. And then if you weren't aware, I have been piecing together a tube of Britannias. I've been using a tube that belongs to the American Silver Eagles. Now it worked fine for the few Britannias that I've been accumulating, but I think it's that time where I'm gonna have to get the official mint tube. That being said, I picked up, they had 5 left, and I picked up 5 of these. Yeah, you have the queen because it's the 22. So I'm guessing you're wondering, well, if I picked up 5 of them, then why do you have so many flips on the table? And I'm going to share that with you because in a video I had done prior to this one, I shared a little bit about myself, and if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link up here if you want to watch it. But for like 2 split seconds, I touched base on my coin shops and how I didn't trust one of them. And I want to go over that story now. So I went into this coin shop, and there was one other gentleman in there as a customer, and there was 3 workers that were there behind the counter. Now, so I came here and I said I wanted 10 ounces. They had buffaloes, so I said, all right, I'll take them. So I got 10 buffaloes. I know we're going to pretend like they're Britannias because I don't have any buffaloes on the table. But actually, we do have buffaloes. They're not rounds, but they're bars. I guess that counts. I take that back. We do have buffaloes. All right, so I went in there. I said I needed 10 ounces, and I brought my cash with me. One of the gentlemen behind the counter was ringing me up. The other one was helping out, and they had already taken them out and put them in front of me, counted them, and they had put them in flips as all that was happening. Put them in front of me. I finished paying, and yeah, life was good, right? I went home. I probably just threw these on the counter or on the bed and went out with my friends. And when I came home, I decided to go through the bag and jot down what I got and what I paid as, for record. And I know you don't always get receipts and everything like that, but all right, so yeah, this is the official paper I wrote down then. And okay, so let's go through this. Let's reenact what happened as I got home. Because I got home, I counted them. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, and this has 2 in it, 6, 7. So I had 7 and it was empty, no more. So I'm like, for the life of me, I was doing the math probably for like 10 minutes and I was like, why is this not equaling out? I know what I paid, I know how many I got, and it never really dawned on me that I didn't get everything until, well, numbers don't lie. So I wanted to contact the coin shop right away, but it was a Friday. And by the time I opened the bag and I realized I was missing 3 buffaloes, then it was too late. They were closed and they don't open again until Tuesday. So I had to wait 3 days to contact them. And my concern so I needed to let them know and inform them immediately. So when they go in there on Tuesday, if they needed to do anything regarding inventory, then they could do that before any purchases were made. And it was important that I let them know as soon as possible. I went on their website, was not the greatest website, and fortunate enough, they had a contact me section. So I went in there, I briefly typed up, I paid for 10 buffalo rounds and I received 7 by the time I opened the bag. You guys were closed. I'm letting you know now. Please look into this and contact me first thing on Tuesday morning. And I was hoping somebody would get that because I didn't know if that was going to somebody's email or some random box that doesn't get checked very often. So Tuesday comes along and I believe I was in class. I got the email and after class I drove all the way down to the coin shop, and one of the guys that was there the day I bought them, and then there was an older gentleman. I don't know if there was a relationship between the two, if one was just an employee or coworker, or how they knew each other. But yeah, they just handed me the coins outside of a bag and then was like, here you go. And I didn't receive any explanation, didn't receive any apologies. I didn't ask for any explanation either. At that moment, I just, give me my silver and let me get the hell out of your store. That was my thought process. No matter what they said to me, I wouldn't believe it. So what's the point? You know, once you cross me, it's kind of like, it's done. But yeah, so it was a very long time before I decided to go back into that shop. And this is, okay, so this is my record back then of how I recorded things. And I suggest that, I mean, nowadays everyone probably uses spreadsheets or and does the math for you. But yeah, back then I just took a piece of paper and jotted it down and put it in my little pouch here and call it a day. So the funniest part when I look at this is I'm like, okay, 10 1-ounce silver Indian head rounds. I didn't even know they were called buffaloes. I call them Indian heads. I think it's funny. I did call them round, so yay to me. I got that part right. And yeah, I paid $30 each, and it's kind of very similar to today. What does that tell you? And so $300 total. Those 3 I didn't get, they were right here. I put them off to the side, but I'm not sure what the deal was. I honestly believe it wasn't intentional because I saw them on the counter, I counted them on the counter, and then next thing I know, they were going in flips and, you know, 3 were gone. So the moral of the story here is you can get distracted and a lot can happen when you're distracted. Before you leave, I would suggest making sure that whatever's in the bag, and I'm not referring to like constitutional silver at this moment. I'm talking about straight up coins or silver bullion, and count what's in the bag. Make sure that it's what you wanted for starters and it's the quantity that you paid for. If I had done that, then I would have caught it immediately. After you pay for it, it's your silver. You can do whatever you want with it. So there's no shame in counting it before you leave. You're not going to sit here and insult somebody. It's your responsibility to make sure you have what you paid for before you walk out that door. And if it's not right, they have cameras. They were there with you. They can make it right. If there's a mistake, it's a lot easier to do it before you leave than to try to contact them 3 days later after they've been closed. So yes. Yeah, so that is my story. And if you can learn from other mistakes, please learn from this one. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, depending on where you are and when you're watching. Goodbye.